What up? What up? Oh man, I'm just hitting y'all up to make this clear. Look, I don't dislike Anthony Joshua outside the ring. I don't dislike Anthony Joshua as a boxer. But what I do dislike, what I dislike about Anthony Joshua is this so-called business man side of him. Because from my aspect, watching everything with Anthony Joshua when it comes to Deontay Wilder, watching Anthony Joshua when it comes to other fighters and stuff like that, what I've been observing is that he's been playing follow the leader behind Edward Hearn. He's been playing follow the leader, and it hasn't been, and as of right now, it has not been working for him. It hasn't been working for him, period. The only time it hasn't been working for him was when he was fighting over there in the United Kingdom against people that had no other choice but to take the fight, because there is no guarantee that they would actually ever get a title shot. You see what I'm saying? It was a take it or leave it. And it's always been like that with them. And even with the Andy Ruiz thing. I see, look, nobody gives a fuck what you did for Andy Ruiz. Because at the end of the day, everybody knows that you did that because that was your only choice. That was your only choice. That was the only American that made sense for Madison Square Garden. Don't go jawsing at the jaw, talking about that you didn't have to fight in United States and blah blah blah, whoop whoop whoop. You did. You guys had to. You did. You the one who said you wanted to be the first $1 million boxer. You the one who said all these things when it comes to money. All these things about your accomplishments, your achievements, or accolades, or whatever you want to call them. You the one who you the one. And Edward Hearn was the one that delivered you to the American people and the UK people by way of deceit, tricking people to think that you was all that, and come to find out you get beat by somebody that was a 9-to-1 odds, something like that. $50 gave you 450, and that probably wasn't the best odds out there. That was just one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I never said I dislike. I never said I hate him. Never said I dislike him. Stuff like that. The business side of this dude sucks. It sucks. And the business side is what he was hiding behind. That's what he was hiding behind. When it comes to Deontay Wilder, that's what he was hiding behind. Business. You know? Now, Edward Hearn, I don't like him. Really don't. There's nothing about the dude. There's a few things that I do like about him, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't like the guy. Anybody to come out here and do a boxer, you know, Deontay Wilder, like the way he did, and all that stuff. Nah, I can't roll with that, because a lot of the time he didn't even have to say nothing. He could have just kept his mouth shut. He could have just kept with the facts. Instead, what he did was he made up stuff. You know what I'm saying? He made up things that weren't true. I never asked for proof of funds. Yeah, you did. 50 million wasn't real. Yeah, it was. And that's just the start. That is just the start of it. Now he's trying to save Dillian White. Now he's still running his mouth about Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Then he's running his mouth about the WBC. Then he's running his mouth about VADA. Then he's running his mouth about American boxers juicing. How is the problem over here? But y'all got a slew of who the fuck ever heard of an actual performance enhancing drug being a part of out of competition. Good for out of competition. Something that will actual enhance your fight game. I bet you the triple BOC, I bet you UCAT will never release how many testosterone exemptions, TEU or whatever they call them, they have in the UK. Bet you they won't. But I bet your ass that Anthony Joshua has one or had one. Because the inability to say no is a yes. And that's just straight up. I don't know why people have the need to just ride your ass on a major street, just riding the booty, just all up on my bumper, man. Come on, bruh. You ain't making no right there, homie. Road closed. God damn, these motherfuckers can't drive, dude. Yeah. I be telling people all the time. So this dude gonna pass us up just to make a right turn in 50 feet. Anyways, you can't make this stuff up, man. The way I see it is that if you're gonna be a professional fighter, and this is one thing I don't like about Anthony Joshua. If you're gonna be a professional fighter, you can't just be, you cannot just be one of those dudes. Well, I'm letting them do all the business thing. I'm just a fighter and blah 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 woo woo. You can't. You cannot just be one of those dudes. Because you're gonna end up like Canelo. You're gonna end up like all the past fighters that we all know of that got robbed, that got taken advantage of, because the only thing they wanted to do was just box. You can't just be a boxer. A lot of these cats out here think that they can and stuff like that, but that shit never works out. It never works out like that. It never works out for somebody to just be a boxer, to just be an athlete. It never works out that way. Somebody always get robbed by an agent. I always get robbed by a promoter. I always get robbed by somebody. And that's one thing I don't like about the dude. He allowed himself to get manipulated. He allowed himself to come all the way up over here to America, knowing now well he wasn't ready. Knowing now well, coming up over here, he knew he was going to be out of his element. He allowed himself to do that. And now look at him. No belts, stuck like Chuck, thinking that he still has the power to tell another fighter where they're going to fight. And that's not the case. What if he just said no and go ahead and sue? Is they just going to give you the belts? No. They just going to scatter. They just going to scatter all over the place. You see what I'm saying? So that's what people need to watch out for. Y'all might think that this is it. Nah, bruh. Or what makes you think that Edward Hearn ain't making deals like, yeah, man, hey, PBC. Hey, if we have the fight over here, can y'all do us a favor? Can y'all loosen up the lean can you guys loosen up the boot that y'all have on our necks? Can y'all loosen up that boot that y'all have on our necks? Can you let us breathe a little? Can you give us a little incentive? Because there's other things in the contract that can manipulate somebody to not go with it. You see what I'm saying? There's other ways. There's other fighters that you guys have on DAZN. Anthony Joshua was like, I don't care. He wanted back in the United States. Hey, Al Heyman, if we had to fight in the United States, can y'all hook us up with something, man? Like, maybe we can make this fight, or maybe can you help us get a venue or something like that, because we don't know how to book venues. Can you give me some? Can you tutor me for 2 weeks? Something like that. But anyways, shout outs to the LDBC, and everybody stay sucker free.